Hello there. Some of you may remember about 2 months back or so, I did a video called Cheap and Dirty Dovetail Saw. What it was I took an old cheap back saw plate and took the plastic handle off of it and put a handle that came from another hand saw, an older hand saw that I had that the plate was pretty much gone, but I could take the handle and put it on that plate. And I did that, but it's not the proper handle for that kind of saw, but it works really well. And so today what I'm going to do, since I know that that saw works well, that it cuts well, and that, you know, it takes a good edge and all of that, so I'm going to actually make an actual dovetail saw from that saw plate and a walnut handle. Today we're going to be making this handle. What I have here is a template for an open handle dovetail saw handle. It has the proper offset, or whatever you want to call it, forget what it's called, the proper hang and all of that. It gives, this is from Blackburn Tools. He has several different templates for sale for any kind of, well, not for sale, for free to download to make handles with, ranging from things like this to, with the dovetail saw, to more of a closed handle style for a tenon saw or a carcass saw or something of the sort. I chose the medium pattern because I took my cue from the measurements that he had on his site of my hand, and so he says my hand is a medium, so that's what I chose. Now this has like a 7/16, 15/16, 1 inch, 1 5/16, 1 1/8 for all these radiuses. I don't have those exact sizes. What I'm doing is I'm getting as approximate as I can, because this will be brought down to final size anyway with a rasp. So that's what's going on here. So I'm going to set this, I'm going to turn this way where I can see it. Actually, I don't even need that. And we're going to work on the handle. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece off a combination square so that I can drill straight, and these are supposed to be 7/16 holes. However, one side of these is going to be smaller diameter than the other, because there is a little squared off section on one side that locks into this wood so that it won't move when you tighten it down. And so what I'm going to do is to kind of get the hole started, I'm going to use a drill like this, and I'm going to lay this up here. I don't know if you can see, but I'm laying it up so that, and these don't have to be exactly on center. There's some leeway when it comes to the location of these holes. I just want them to be as straight as I can get them and lined up well enough with one another, that kind of deal. And since I don't have a drill press, I need something to help me cut a straight hole. I have found that this method works. This method works very well. So what I'm going to do is put a little hole there, and then I'm going to put a I believe this is a 1-inch bit, portion of it. I think the plans call for 15/16. I love how walnut smells. Dude, delicious. Sorry. And the thickness of this is 0.9 something. He recommends 0.900 to 0.9056. This is close enough. By the time I get done thicknessing it, let me see. I want to try to be careful. I don't want to blow through. But by the time I get done thicknessing this, and I'm covering that up with the microphone up with my hand by accident. I apologize for the audio because I know there's going to be problems. But by the time I get done sanding this and thicknessing it, it should be perfect. Barely put any pressure on it whatsoever. Let's try. It would be wise kind of keep track of how hot your tool is getting, and if you need to stop and let it cool off, do so. This is 1 1/4 bit. The instructions say 1 1/8. So Sarai. Don't remember who it was that sung that, but such is life. And running out of juice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send a drill bit down there just because there's not much here. And I don't want to blow that out. Yo. So. And that needs to come down. That cut needs to go just a tiny bit more. All right. Lovely. This is a farrier's rasp. It's one of, if not the most aggressive wood rasps I've ever used. When you want to move some wood very quickly, this is the thing. When I want to do that, this is what I grab, because it does not play. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to come at it like this instead of across. First of all, it'll keep it from blowing wood out on these edges, but also I want to kind of keep this as flat as I can possibly get it, and as square across as I can possibly get it. And I can better see that I'm doing that if I'm looking across the top of it. And if I want to, see, I don't know if I'll get this or not. It's going to be all finicky. And I hear the thunder rolling, so we might end up once again being rained out. I hope not. Alright. Still got a bit of a mark. I'll take care of that later. I saw a video of a guy, he was talking about files, and bear in mind he was sponsored by like Lee Nelson or Lee Valley or somebody like. They sell saws, they sell tools, they sell files, they sell all of that stuff. And what he was saying was, well, you want to use a progression like sandpaper. So you want a coarse file, a medium, or a coarse rasp, a medium rasp, and a fine rasp, and then a coarse file and a medium file and a fine file. And you don't need all that. Sorry. He's trying to sell a set of rasps that are like $100, $150, $200 a piece. The Ariu or whatever they were. Okay, that's what he's selling. And anyway. What I want to do I gotta be careful. This handle is extremely delicate. And the last thing that I want to do is snap it. So I want to try to support everything in the vise and try to just be really careful. I love the way walnut cuts. Look at how beautiful that is. I love a sharp chisel. There ain't nothing like it, except maybe a sharp plane blade. I just love sharp tools. There's nothing like them. All the others, any dull tool isn't worth the time it takes to try to use it. Try to get as much as I can. With this before I go back to the rasps, and that's all right. Lovely. I hope that my head is not in the way. I don't know if these will come out exactly the same on each side, but as long as they're close, I'm good. I'm good with it. Now what I'm going to do, I have this double cut bastard file. This is what I was talking about earlier when I said that you don't need all those different rasps. You know, a fine, a medium, and a coarse, and all that jazz. This will take the place of a medium and either sandpaper or a single cut bastard file, which I don't have out here on the bench right now. We'll do everything else that you need, and a file is a whole lot cheaper than a rasp is. And in my experience, once again, never used a hand cut rasp, so take that for what it's worth. But in my experience, once you get past that coarse rasp, once you get past something like that for yanking metal or yanking wood out real fast, this works just as good. It's not, there's not really any difference. Matter of fact, in my opinion, this works a lot better than a fine cut rasp. And it costs a whole lot less than that. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get rid of any sharp corner, right angle, anything at all that's not rounded and smooth. And happy on my finger and hand. This line has got to be straight. It's got to be square. If it's not, all the work that I did up until now means zero. So I'm going to take my time And cut this as carefully as I possibly can. I tested this saw. They're within the thickness of this plate and the plate of the blade, the plate of the saw, the blade that I'm going to be using for this saw is within 2/1000ths of an inch of each other. So I think we're going to be good. This sorry thing, I'm just hoping that I don't break anything. This thing is so fragile. When I started trying to make this, I did not realize how utterly fragile this would be. This is smaller than any of the chisels that I own. And so I am not certain how I'm going to do this, but it needs to be done. So let me see. Yeah. This is a crap screwdriver. I don't know if you can see that or not. And so it won't hold an edge for very long. But I don't need it to. I just need it to excavate this. And I might end up, I'm probably going to end up widening it a bit anyway. Various files, various pigs. Various sharp implements. This one here is sharper than it's sharper than snot. Getting there. Just got to be careful. I surely don't want to break that. Hopefully, that's not famous last words. Maybe. All right. Just to tiptoe through the tools, as they say. That's close. That's what I'm talking about, right there. I want to get this right up next too. Let's see. There. That's what I want. And here's the finished product before final sanding and finished. I will go up to, this is at 60 grit right now. I will go up to 120 or 220, I haven't decided yet. And then put a finish on it. And I'm sure that I'll leave some marks. One of these things like this, man, you can sand and sand and sand, and just seems like there's just a little bit more left that needs to be done. So there's a point where you have to say, okay, finished. It's a tool handle, that's what it is. But yeah, I think that'll look nice. Join me next time and we'll work on the plate for this dove saw, or for this dovetail saw. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.